Hi guys, Adam here as per usual. How are we all doing? I hope we are well. Please forgive the vestness. It has been ridiculous. We are in the middle of a bit of a weird summery heat wave here in September. It's like September the, was it 13th or something. It was over 30 degrees in Sunderland today. 30 degrees. That might not sound hot to some of you guys. I know some of you guys are in far-flung, weird and wonderful places. But if you are an overweight, white guy, ginger guy, wow, 30 degrees is not great. Let's be honest about it. Not good at all. So, sun's out, guns out for me. You may remember some time ago when I first did the studio tour, again about 3-4 months ago, not long after I got married, I got the bigger room in the house as the new studio. And I was supposed to get a desk. Well, that desk kind of never come. Bit of the details in the video there. So anyway, I went and got a new desk, and yeah, I've been busy rewiring the studio and building the desk over the weekend. So I'm going to cut that kind of vlog now. It's about 4 minutes long. I hope you enjoy it. When that is finished, please come back here. We're going to talk a little bit about the Patchbay routing and why you may need a Patchbay also. Alright guys, coming up. Hey guys, Adam here as per usual. How are we all doing? As you can probably see, studio is an absolute tip. So apologies for the low lighting. Remember when I said about 3 months ago, so when I started doing this studio, that I was waiting on a new desk arriving? Still haven't got a message to say that it's in stock, so eventually got a refund and stuff like that. It was absolutely fine. The shop was cool about it. So what I've done instead is I went to IKEA today and thought, balls to it, I'm going to make my own desk. So yeah, I thought I'd do a bit of a kind of build vlog of putting together the desk and the studio, wiring it all together. So this is the old desk. As you can see at the moment, all I've done is I've stripped the desk. I've just finished unscrewing everything. I've dumped everything everywhere. Oh my god, my life is dreadful. Got the soulful tunes of Mr. Martin Cliff there. If you don't know Martin, check him out. Good friend of mine. Really enjoy Martin's videos. Thanks Martin. And yeah, so let's get to it. Alright guys, alright, so smooth and entertainment today, courtesy of That Pedal Show, which I I really love. I've seen all the videos now. Just going back through a few of them. It's good, good stuff in there. So that's what we are. That's our entertainment for today. So balls deep in self-assembly furniture. Suggests that I've been to IKEA. Got a couple hours before I need to start getting ready for work, so I'm working late today. So hoping to get the desk sort of finished, everything sort of assembled in place, ready just for wiring over the weekend. Alright, so let's get to it. So as you can see guys, we are getting there. The sort of outline of the studio is in place. Let's have a look from the doorway. So this is kind of stood in the doorway. As you can see, the desk is now much bigger. It's 2 meters wide. I think the other was about 1.5 meters, which is great. Except now I'm going to need to find a place for all of these tools and crap to go, because we are totally running out of space. But yeah, we're getting there guys. So just about to start just getting everything wired up. I've wired all the power supplies up. Got the power supply kind of underneath the desk now. Different power supplies. Everything's, I'm just about to start wiring up the audio. I've got several of these Hosa 8 to 8. Let me get that in focus. Several of these Hosa 8 to 8 kind of TRS looms, which I'm using to kind of wire everything up to the Patchbay, etc. Then I'll go through Patchbay routing, etc. as well at the end of the video. So let's get to that. Alright guys, so I guess the first question would be, what the hell is a Patchbay? So this fine unit along the top here is a Patchbay. It's a Behringer Ultra Patch. There are considerably higher quality Patchbays out there, but for my purposes this absolutely does the job. So for those guys who run kind of like a Patchbay on their pedal board, this won't be too new, won't be too weird to them. Basically what it is a series of jack sockets, 1/4 inch jack sockets wired up in TRS for TRS configuration. You can also get Patchbays with USB, MIDI, XLR, etc. But this is just pure TRS Patchbay. Now along the top here, this is all of the outputs from all of the various outboard studio gear that I've got. And on the bottom, sort of the B strip if you like, this is all of the inputs for the studio and all the hardware gear. So the Tascam, so the US 1641 only has 4 outputs, and 2 of those are taken up by my monitors, the KRK Rocket 5s. So I've only really got 2 outputs to play with. I am looking into upgrading this in the very near future, but more on that soon. Along the top here we have the Tascam US 1641 output 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now output 1 and 2 are dedicated monitor outs also, so I'm not going to be plugging into those, or it's highly unlikely I'm going to be plugging out to those. 3 and 4 here are outputs 3 and 4 from the back of the Tascam unit. On the left hand side, this is where all of my interface ins and outs go, and on the right hand side, this is where all of the kind of studio outboard gear I've got goes. Now from channel 5 through to channel 16, they are just empty, there's nothing there. And that's because I'm upgrading the interface soon, and it's going to have considerably more outputs. And like I say, I wanted to have all the kind of studio connectivity on this side really, and all of the sort of equipment, the gear on that side. The Tampa Mic Pre is actually wired up on the digital, so the converters inside the Tampa Mic Pre are pretty good as well. I can't tell any discernible difference, to be honest, between that and the more recent Tascam US 1641, so the converters are decent. So I've got an extra channel there using digital inputs. On the right hand side, as I was saying, is where all of the studio equipment is. So channel 17, again along the top, that is going to be the outputs from the Drama DL221 compressor. That's output 1 and output 2 and 17 and 18. So along the bottom, 17 is input for channel 1 for the Drama, and input for channel 2 for the Drama. So for example, let's say that I have a drum track or whatever, and I want to compress it using the Drama DL221. Then what I'll do is, inside the door, and I can do a tutorial on this in the near future if you'd like, inside the door I'd wire that stereo drum track to come out of outputs 3 and 4 from the Tascam. Then what we do is we'll take output 3 and output 4 from the Tascam, and then we need to feed it in somewhere. So output 3 is going to go into patch 17 or channel 1 of the Drama, and channel 2 of the Drama there. And then what we do is we just reverse that. So then along the top we have 17, which is channel 1 of the Drama. That goes out back into, let's say, input 13 on the back of the Tascam, and channel 2 input 14 on the back of the Tascam. Gonna need a couple of longer patch cables. These are just the ones that I had available there. And that's basically how it works. So now the audio is going to come out of these cables, go in there, and then it's going to go across the desk into the racks over there, into the Drama DL221. And then it's going to come back out and back into the Tascam and back into the door, and then the software and everything will be able to calculate the latency. So the cables automatically come all the way across here. I haven't got it turned on, but the DL221 is the unit along the top there. So then I can tweak these in the stereo, and it'll go back out and along to here, back in. excellent. So what it means is that I don't have to get behind the units and plug and unplug cables in the back of all the units all the time whenever I want to use them. It's just all permanently wired into this Patchbay, which just makes life so much easier. You're not spoiling the mixing or creative process by having to get behind the desk and unplug and plug in cables. Now the issue I have is that currently, because the Tascam basically only has 2 outputs for me to use, I can only ever sort of use one unit at a time or mix on one track at a time, which is a bit of a nightmare. So I am looking into getting a bigger interface with more outputs. I don't need more inputs than I've got, to be honest. I'm rarely using more than 2, possibly 3 mics, but I do certainly need more outputs. Finally, here it is. Here's kind of my Patchbay routing. I keep it on a document on the desktop there, as you can see. On the left hand side I've put the outputs, on the right hand side the inputs. That's the Tascam connectivity there. Down there, so we've got the Drama DL221, the Nomad Axeman, the Digitech Valve Effects, and the Sony DPS D7. Alright guys, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed kind of the video of the vlog, and I hope that you also enjoyed kind of understand a little bit about how the Patchbay works, how I've got it routed, why it's routed that way, etc. Any questions, go and ask someone who knows a lot better than I do. Just kidding. Any questions, post them down below. Give us a shout if you want to do some more, see some more videos on kind of routing and studio configuration, etc. Until next time guys though, take it easy, and if you enjoy these videos, please go ahead and watch my video review of the Strandberg Bowden OS7. Absolutely digging that guitar. There's a spoiler for you, but go ahead and watch the full review. And for those interested in kind of my guitar setup, I've also linked to a video about a new rack unit that I've got, and there's some tips there as well on wiring up a guitar rack system. Take it easy guys.